You're listening to a podcast from the Finnish Football Show.
Yep.
Yes, it's the Finnish Football Show. I'm Mark Wiltshire. I'm joined again by Keke Mulleri. Hi, Keke.
Terve.
And this is another Match Reports episode. This time we're going to be looking back at the final two Euro 2025 qualifiers, Finland versus Norway, and then Italy versus Finland. A well-deserved draw with Norway, followed by disappointing collapse against Italy. And I thought it was all over, but far from ending Finland's qualification dreams, the Helmarit now have some other playoff campaign to navigate. I don't know how this continues, but it does. So we'll explain that a little bit to you. But Keke, let's maybe crack on by talking about Finland won, Norway won. Norway took an early lead in the 7th minute, and Finland got the latest of equalisers to what I thought keep us in the qualifications. Helmarit still got a very late goal, 90+8 minutes. But maybe you want to talk us through the lineup, and then we'll have a little bit of a chat about how the game actually went.
Sure, yeah. So Tini Korpela in goal, Una Siren in defence with Emma Koivisto, Natalia Kuikka in the centre, Eva Nyström and Jana Tynnilä on the other side. Then going into midfield, we had Rantala, Erling, Evelina Summanen, Sevenius, and up front was legend Linda Sällström.
Yeah, and this game started with a lot of early pressure from Norway, really kind of putting us under the cosh. And as I said before, it was only in the 8th minute that Norway took the lead. And after that 4-0 defeat in the opening game of the competition, you just thought, oh no.
Not again, yeah.
Yeah, oh no, not again. It was a corner from Norway. It was punched out by Tinney. It was a decent enough punch towards the edge of the box. And it was sort of a gentle lob back towards the goal that went just inside the left post, and not the best start to the game.
No, I mean, like you said, that's what you want your keeper to do. Tinney came for the corner that was swung in, got decent fist on it, punched it away, and yeah, it was a weird goal. I mean, we've seen Helmarit score goals that have lofted in and sort of taken an age to reach the back of the net ourselves, but yeah, it was one of those. The girl sort of raised her leg and it in, and yeah, it just seemed to take a while to hit the back of the net. Tinney dived, which was, yeah, she went for it, but it ended up being a sort of despairing dive, and we were 1-0 down. And it was, as you say, mate, after the previous match against Norway, it was a little bit of deja vu. But yeah, I mean, Finland grew into the match. It was, I particularly thought Sevenius was having a really good game, like running at Norway, trying to go past them. And yeah, we settled into it really after that.
I felt like it, but I think it took a bit of time to really grow into it. It felt like Norway were really pressuring Finland high up the pitch, and we just couldn't seem to break through, and we weren't really creating any real chances, and not getting the ball through to the forwards to do much until maybe 35 minutes or something like that. And then we started to get into the game more. A few tackles to win possession in the Norwegian half, and then a bit more active around the box, but still no clear chances. It was a little bit frustrating, really.
Yeah, I mean, Ria Erling was doing her best. Evelina Summanen was having a go, but you're right. It wasn't until that. I mean, there was that great piece of play on around 40 minutes, I think it was Siren who nicks the ball in the centre of midfield, passes to Linda Salstrom, who you'd back all day long to hit the target, but I think the ball just got a bit of a deflection of from her shot, and and just sort of made it miss the target. But yeah, we were sort of getting into it.
In that first half, Carolina Graham Hansen for Norway was a menace. All first half down the right wing, and every time she got the ball, you just thought, "Oh no, here we go again." But it did change in the second half. I noted it kind of almost straight away that we then started making pressure. We were forcing mistakes, winning free kicks and corners, and just not quite getting the quality into the box.
Yeah, I mean, Norway had a couple of chances just before half time. Really, one really should have scored, and then literally just before the whistle, they blasted another shot over. But you're right. In the second half, we had another couple of goes. I mean, Summanen lifted the ball over to Salstrom again, but she just struggled, couldn't pull off the finish.
Put it
And
into the
then
goalkeeper's body, didn't she?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then I think it was around 64 minutes. There was another really good move started again by Savanius, played the ball through to Emma Koiviston. She just missed the target. So, there were chances for both sides, mate. It was, yeah, it was evening itself out. And then as the game edged on, it was like, oh, is this goal ever going to come for us? I mean, we
Well,
even had.
I made these notes, and we'll lead up to the goal. I wrote good pressure from Finland, but Norway are defending in numbers, but the action is kind of in the Norwegian box. And then just after the sort of 90 minutes, I said it's getting frantic now. There's 9 minutes of added time, and in that 9 minutes of added time, what happened?
Well, I mean, it was already 90 plus 3 or something. Tini Rico Korpela came up from her goal to add a bit of confusion in the Norwegian box. The ball broke. Tini sort of raced back to her goal, but Finland managed to hold on to possession. There was a few passes, and from that action, we did manage to hold on to possession. But then, yeah, around 90 plus 7. I think did it come from a throw-in? I can't remember, but yeah, Emma Koivisto scored an absolutely wonderful goal, slotted it through the keeper's left legs after a brilliant pass that sort of beat the offside trap from Heidi Kolonen. So, and yeah, I was so pleased for Emma. Like, she's such a great girl, and like it was brilliant to see her score. And obviously, I think there was over 7,000 people in the stadium, and they all crazy. So it was really good. And yeah, that late in the game, there's not really any chance for Norway to get back into it. And I honestly thought it was a well-earned point, to be honest, mate.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that completely. And we took that kind of optimism into the Italy game. First thing worth saying, it was really hot over there. It was plus 32 degrees in Italy. So that's not helpful. I mean, a lot of the Finnish players are playing in the continent, in Spain, in Italy, in warm climates. So it's not really about that, but just it's not helpful for any of the players. But it was a really bright start for Finland against Italy. Sharp passing, strong tackles. We had pressure around the box, and Ria Erling had a really good opportunity from that pressure. Broke into the box, and just sort of from the edge of the 6-yard box to the right hand side, just put a shot into the side netting. And I thought, okay, here we go. We're looking good now. But it then became a lot more pressure from Italy after that sort of first 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, I mean, Marco Sarranta went to a sort of more traditional 4-4-2 for this game. Emi Alanen came back into the side. Anna Tamminen replaced Tini Korpela in goal, and I really think that Anna deserved a spot in goal. As I said, I've spoke to you before, saying that she's kept clean sheet after clean sheet in the Damallsvenskan for Hammarby. So she really deserved her opportunity. But yeah, it just didn't really happen for us. And yeah, 2 goals either side of half time really sort of put the dampeners on the week for us. I mean, Anna, as I said, Anna Tamanen's a great keeper. She's not really a keeper who's used to conceding four, so it was it didn't play out as we sort of expected, especially after such a fantastic result against Italy at home. You know, it was and after the Norway 1-1, I really thought, you know, hard-earned draw. We've beaten Italy once already. We'll see how we do. But yeah, obviously a much more formidable opponent at home, mate.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's true. And um, the talk, looking at those goals, 20 minutes, 1-0 to Italy. They were playing down the right hand side, crossing the box, got a slight deflection that sort of just took it over Anna Taminen's outstretched hands, and um, Beccari was running in with a really powerful close range header, a little bit like Jude Bellingham in the Euros, where he sort of scored a really close range header, and then sort of 11 minutes later, Italy broke down the middle. They had 2 versus 4, but it just wasn't dealt with by the Finnish defence until a really last-ditch tackle went out to the Italian right, cross into the 6-yard box, and again it wasn't cleared. And Giuliani struck it home just from 2 meters. They're two really close range goals to go in at half time. Um, second half, Finland's play became a bit more direct, a bit. I don't know, had a bit more of the game, were a bit more in it.
Hartikainen came on for the second half, didn't she? And
Yeah,
she can do. She doesn't mind running at people. Linda Southstrom, who may have sorry, Linda Salstrom came on, but she'd obviously been rested for the first half. Lotta Salstrom made way for her. So yeah, it was. I think Saloranta knew that we had to sort of try and go for it, and that's what they tried to do. But as any football fan or tactician will tell you, once you try and go for it, it leaves you a bit more open at the back, doesn't it?
yeah, and Italy broke in the 74th minute to go 3-0 up. A nice kind of 1-2 um, around the box, and Cambiaghi struck it home from inside the box to make it 3-0. And it finished with an own goal from Newstrom on the 88th minute. And well, I didn't. I thought it was all over, and it's not yet, to coin a phrase. Because at the end of it, the team went into a huddle, and I thought they were like consoling words from Saloranta, because the table after that game, after 6 games played, Italy are top with 9 points plus 5 goal difference, helped by that 4-0 win they picked up. Netherlands were second on 9 points with a 0 goal difference. Norway were third with 7 points, and Finland were bottom with 5 points and a -8 because of these two 4-0 defeats. So I thought it was all over. But it seems that there's still a qualifying campaign to
That's right,
play.
mate. Just touching on those results through the campaign, as it were. Yeah, obviously started off with that nasty 4-0 away to Norway, but then 2-1 at home to Italy, a narrow defeat to the Netherlands away, a draw with the Netherlands at home, a draw with Norway at home. We they're not terrible results at our level, but yeah, it's just just those two nasty 4-0s that bookended the campaign that sort of really did for us. But yeah, it's not over. It's not over yet, mate. There's still a chance for the girls to make it to the Euro finals in Switzerland via the playoffs.
Yeah,
So they'll
listen, I've put some information in the blog post here, and a handy diagram as well, which shows how this works. But
tomorrow.
sorry.
There'll be a draw tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. So um, the teams that finished, because Finland were in the League A, so the top groups of this competition. So the teams that finished first and second, they've qualified for the Euros. The teams finishing third and fourth in League A will play against the winners and the three best ranked runners up in League C. So they're the weaker teams. So there's a level of seeding there, and then winners and runners up from League B will play against each other as well. Switzerland are in League B. They're the hosts next year, so they don't need to go through qualifying as such. So from the games that are played by the League A and League C teams, you get 8 winners going through. And from the games played by the League B teams, you get 6 winners going through. 14 teams from that go through to a kind of, well, I guess 7 finals, really. And then the winners of those games qualify for the Euros. It's not, I guess we're kind of getting used to how Nations League works. And this is similar kind of manipulating of league positions to create sort of knockout ties. But it works. It gives Finland a chance. So there was a point to being even to coming fourth in a league in Group A1. They're seeded against a weaker team in the first round of these playoffs. So there's a chance.
Yeah.
To quote Dumb and Dumber.
That's it. You're telling me there's a chance.
Exactly. So the draw is made tomorrow to see who Finland play first. And round 1 of these games will be played between the 23rd and the 29th of October. And then round 2 will be played between the 27th of November and the 3rd of December. So it's kind of following the same schedule, the same calendar as the Nations League did last year. And I suppose that once the Euros are out of the way, the next Nations League will be configured based on the league positions in this qualifying. They're keeping this kind of league format for qualifying for Euros and World Cups and the Nations League running in between. So Finland will probably drop down to League B, and maybe there'll be a few more wins in that competition. But firstly, we've got a couple of fixtures in November, December to get to the Euros. And it would be good to have a team at the Euros next summer. I think that's probably it, Keke, for this match report episode. Anything else you want to add?
No, just just that we'll get right behind the girls. I want to mention again that those over 7,000 tickets sold to the home game against Norway. So yeah, kudos to
it's incredible, isn't it? It really is. 7,300 for that, and 8,000 in Tampere a month or so ago. Is a playing in front of full crowds must be really kind of motivating as well.
Inspiring for the girls, you know what I mean? So, and yeah, I think we know on the Finnish Football Show that the women's game in Finland is valued just as much as the men's game, and yeah, I'm sure that the players understand and realise that as well. So it's only a good thing.
Very good, listener. Following this episode, in a day or so, you will you'll receive a Veikkausliiga update episode. It's a whopper. We've already recorded it. It's a whopper. So set aside a good, I don't know, hour and 10 minutes of your time. Go for a really long walk with your dog, or a nice extended session in the gym. Take us along with you. That's the only chance of getting me in the gym, that's for sure. And until the next episode, listener, thanks for joining us. Keke, good to see you again.
Kiitos näkemiin.
And we'll speak again soon. Take care. You've been listening to the Finnish Football Show. You can find us online at finishfootballshow.com. Remember to subscribe to the show wherever you're listening or watching. You can follow the Finnish Football Show page and group on Facebook and also on Instagram. Escape to Suomi on Twitter is now Finnish Football Show on X. And you will find us on Blue Sky at Finnish Football Pod. See the links in the episode description, along with the links to the Finnish Football Show merch.